here we are. We are playing Anivia versus Ziggs mid, and we both have teleport. So I do believe Anivia has a positive win rate against Ziggs, but I don't think I have a positive win rate against Ziggs personally. I find the matchup pretty hard. Like, it's mostly that you both have good burst and poke, but the problem is that he can spam his, and you can't. And you have to hit like all your spells together to get off good damage. He doesn't. All he has to do is spam Q. So here we got some pretty good damage on the Nocturne, but unfortunately not everyone really grouped up to do it, so it's not completely wasted. He'll get to, you know, his well, he might not get to his jungle late, but if he stays in his jungle, he'll have a hard time clearing it all and being healthy. So, okay. Yeah, so Ziggs Q. It's not the hardest thing in the world to dodge, but like I said, being like one of the slowest characters in the game, it's pretty hard to dodge. And you don't want to stand in your minions here, because if you stand in your minions, he can harass you and kill minions at the same time. You need to stand off to the side and make him choose between harassing you or pushing you into your tower, and not doing both at the same time. So yeah, in this matchup, you do want to buy boots pretty early. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you guys, sorry, that this is actually a fairly recent game. For some reason, like all my replays from like mid-January until like a couple weeks ago in March just won't work. Like, unfortunately, I don't get to show you the period where I was actually good at CSing. I don't get to show you the games where I started to actually use Zerat well instead of just randomly buying it and not doing anything with it. And it sucks because in this patch, like, they've already nerfed Zerat. So I didn't actually get to show you me climbing with it, which really sucks. It was a fun build while it lasted. So here, I don't know exactly what ranking I am right now, but it's going to be higher bronze, like bronze 2 or bronze 1, most likely. So these people, I mean, bronze 5 people are horrible. Like, someone once described to me, it was like, in bronze, people just like run at each other and hit their buttons. And I was like, no, bronze isn't that bad. Bronze 5 is that bad. Bronze 1 isn't quite that bad. See, there, I'm standing in my minions. He just gives me an EW auto attack. Just chunks my health down horribly. Honestly, I think part of the reason why I'm so bad against Ziggs is just sort of like the psychological pressure. Like, I think my first time against him, like, I just got hosed. And then ever since then, I've been sort of like, oh, Ziggs. And I don't play as well as I should. But, you know, sometimes I do go off and, you know, get crazy wins against them. But, I think I play overly defensive against them. So yeah, see, I kept pinging that Ziggs was missing. And they were pushing into my tower, but I do eventually roam up, even though it's still pushing. And I should just, you know, it's too late. I should just stay down there and farm. But I don't. I keep going up for some reason. Oh, probably because Cled's so low. I want that kill. So I'm flanking around, pushing back. Renekton tanks tower shots, doesn't go in. And here Ziggs teleported in and is trying to kill me. He hits me once, W's him, but dodge the Q from him. Yeah, I don't have boots yet, and the reason why it's not impossible to dodge his things is because it's an awkward skill shot to use. Like, I play Ziggs occasionally, and sometimes you're spot on and you just hit every one of them, and sometimes you just bounces right over them. You're like, oh, god damn it. But yeah, I should have just stayed in lane and farmed and pushed it into his tower, and I went for a stupid roam and it didn't work. And I went for my tier early. I didn't get boots. Let's see, the only AP they have is Ziggs and Zyra, but still a Negatron's Cloak might have been a good way to go to, since the harass and lane is just horrible. Like I said, gotta move away from those minions, and he presses so quick, and pre-6, he can press you into tower so fast, and there's nothing you can do about it. And as you can see here, I'm still bad at managing my CS and setting. Like, I should have easily been able to get those 3, but I fucked up all of them. Like, finally. Okay, this game actually have Deathfire Grasp, which is actually a mistake. Like, I'm still like experimenting with it a lot more, but late game, if the enemy team, oh, I'll tell you that in a minute. Here, Nocturne's in our jungle, so we think, oh, well, we can go and kill him. Which, to be fair, we might have been able to, but the problem is that we weren't paying attention. And here, our bot lane is backing while I'm, getting this harass off here. So Zyra and Jhin are just down here by themselves, and obviously they know Nocturne's in our jungle, and Ziggs knows Nocturne's there. So while we're, doing a pincher move down here onto Nocturne, as Zyra came up and burst us as well. So it was a 3-on-2, and with Ziggs ult, there's like no way we were gonna win that, and we just were not paying attention to bot lane being gone. It was really dumb. But you're gonna do dumb things a lot as you climb, so it's not that big a deal. And we lost to Cloud Drake, again, which most people don't care about, but as an Anivia, you should care about them. And if we look at our scores, bot lane's fairly even. I'm getting crushed in CS and kills, and top lane is quite a bit ahead. Top lane's the only one who's out and out winning. Alright, I'm getting blue, blah blah, it's pouring. Let's go back to lane and die some more. So, push it in. That might have actually been a good time to go down and get a gank off and help bot. But the problem with leaving Ziggs alone as in lane is that he can take your tower super fast if you're gone. Okay, here he walks into the edge of my ult, which slows him down, lets me get off an easy stun, and E and harass him pretty well. And people will do that all the time. They'll walk into just the edge of your ult, thinking that it's, I don't know, smaller than it is? I don't know. I don't really get it. So, and here, I for some reason think he's going to run up towards his tower, and he doesn't. And I blow my flash, so he knows it's safe to ult me. Just really fucking dumb on my part, what can I say? Just, I don't know why, playing Ziggs against Ziggs always tilts me. So it's something I've got to, you know, just overcome as a player. And he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna get a ton of tower damage because not only does he press in fast, his passive makes one of his auto attacks do more damage, and it gets cooldown reduction every time he casts a spell. And if he gets us down to like, I think 25%, his W at level 1 will just execute it. Yeah, 25%. So, I mean, it's really close. He could have just probably auto-attacked it once or twice more and taken the tower. Anyways. And so here I am. I'm not doing well. I only have a tier. Like, I probably should be grabbing raptors to keep myself in this game, but like, well, at least Zen has a kill, and he needs, you know, a little bit of farm to scale. He gets pretty good late game. He gets kind of tanky and does a lot of damage and healing and has CC, so, you know, if he's doing better, give it to him. And here's something I do. If you are feeding a lot, which does still happen occasionally on me, even though it's not often, don't take blues. Just tell your jungler to take them, or if you have another AP person on the team, give it to them. Like hell, give it to Ashe. She can get better cooldown reduction. So yeah, like I said, I don't feel comfortable invading and taking their raptors because I'm so far behind. And their Nocturne can just, you know, jump on me. That was a bad Q. I don't know. It was just fucking bad. I don't know what I was doing. But, you know, my ult was okay. Still got some harassing. But yeah, because I have Deathfire, I'm not going to do a ton of damage until we get to team fights on late game, and I don't know if this game ever gets there. I don't think it's super long. But yeah, Deathfire Touch, if you put down an ult and you have like 2 people walk into it, it does so much extra damage. Especially if they stand in it for any amount of time. People just melt with all your magic resist. Well, you know, that I usually build. I usually build quite a bit of magic resist rather than going AP heavy. See, here, I'm actually fairly close to my tower. And this is another reason why playing against Ziggs sucks. Is he has such long range on all his spells. He can kill me perfectly fine while I'm standing under tower. And because they're all on fairly low cooldowns too, he spams them. Like LeBlanc probably wouldn't have been able to kill me. Like, she might have been able to, but if she didn't want to jump under tower with her distortion, she probably wouldn't have killed me. So yeah, Anivia lost first tower to Ziggs. It's the story of my life every time I play one. I'm really bad against them. Here, Renekton and Zen just got a good kill on Kled. So top lane still is double CS, plus 2 kills. So, like I said, top lane's still winning. Bot lane's behind in CS, kills on the favor of them, but they're on the support Zyra, and she actually did build a ward item, so she is going support, so not quite as bad as just full AP Zyra getting those kills. But even support Zyra is probably going to do more damage than Anami can out heal, so it can still be a pretty tough lane. Especially with a Jhin who has a fairly long range as well. anyways, I'm back in lane and building my Rod of Ages. And see, it's 15 minutes. Don't have Rod of Ages yet. Pretty tough game. I just keep trying to wave clear, and you know, I'm not making any plays this game. Like, I'm not confident. I'm far behind. Zen gets a good Dragon Steal. I get a good Q off on Nocturne, but I can't. I didn't want to go around this way and walk into him, and I can't get over here in time to E him and kill him. You know, Ashe gets burst, or not, sorry, Nami and Ashe get burst by the Zyra. Me and Renekton finally get a shutdown on the Ziggs, which is good, but you know, we're still behind by about 3,000 gold. And while we're doing that, Kled's taking top, so you know, if he gets that, we're going to be even further behind in gold. And have lost all of our outer towers when they've lost none so far. Here, I think Kled's just going to proxy. Yep. Which is not going to work because Zen's coming up. Yeah, wave clear. I don't even know why I threw that out. It was horrible. You see, I can't even. I mean, I've gotten some good tower damage, but now that Ziggs has probably at least Morello's, is that what he built? No, he started with Luden's Echo. So yeah, he can just wave clear that back line like nothing. Like 3 spells, the wave's dead, and there's no way I can really push it in fast enough to get any significant tower damage. Okay, here Ziggs doesn't have vision of me. Stun, E, ult, wall him in. He fails his W, so finally get a kill on him. I get Zyra rooted, which actually, I don't know if it saved me, but it actually helped because I was just out of range of the Jhin ult. So that's fun. Here, you know, we have good vision in the jungle, so trying to come down, trying to get the Zyra. I get Jhin's flash instead of going for the Zyra. And here I think Ashe screws up a little bit. Yeah, we killed Jhin, but here we have a Nocturne and a Zyra. And I'm going for the Nocturne because he does more damage, and Ashe attacks him once and then runs away from the Zyra and starts attacking Zyra. I think she should have kited down this way and kept attacking the Nocturne, because Nocturne's almost dead while he's killing me. But here she chases Zyra up, just gets kited and dies. I think we would have had a much better chance of actually killing the Nocturne, and you know, like maybe if he gets low too, he just runs away instead of killing me. And then if I come back up with a stun and slow and wall, you know, maybe we can both live, maybe we both die, but at least we get the Nocturne. I think Ashe and I had a little spat about that in this game. Yeah, and that's what really sucks about like losing all those replays. There was one game in particular I remember where we had a misfortune bottom, and we had a Lee Sin who got them a double kill, and there's like 3 minions left in the lane, so he just kills them to push it into tower so she can back. And she just throws a huge fit about him taking all her minions, and we've lost the game. Yep, that Lee Sin took 3 minions, and that caused us to lose the game. And she bitched about it for 20 minutes until Lee Sin apologized to her for taking the CS. And like several times that 20 minutes, I was like, just please, just stop and play. Like, it doesn't matter, it's 3 CS. And then so after he apologized to her, she was like, okay, now it's Anivia's turn to apologize to me for saying I was bitching too much. And I'm like, you were bitching too much. Like, I really wanted to go over that replay because we were, even with her bitching the whole time and being generally horrible and not playing correctly and giving up after getting a double kill, like, we still almost won that game. But she was just completely ridiculous and lost us that game. Like, we all reported her, and, you know, I got a pop-up notification saying she was, you know, warned or banned, whatever was going on. So maybe that taught her a lesson, but I mean, I've had a few games just that horrible that I really wanted to commentate on, but fortunately they're deleted now. Okay, so like, I got distracted by that story, but like, I fucked up. I got a good stun. I was like, well, maybe, you know, I can burst them, but I can't because, you know, my Rod of Ages isn't fully stacked. My Archangels isn't fully stacked. I don't have Sork Boots yet. So it was dumb for me to try and stay there and try and burst him. And I got caught, but then Zen went in like 1v4 and died here. So like, that was dumb. So yeah, now we're like 6,000 gold behind. Like, our deficit is just getting worse and worse. Not my best game. And they're getting an Infernal Dragon, so that's even worse for us. Like, Ziggs and Anivia have kind of similar playstyles, but just different times of the game. Like, he's really good at pushing fast early on even. Anivia's not. Anivia takes a little time to be able to push really fast. He can zone with his E, but Anivia zones, you know, with her ult, and it does a little more damage, or maybe a lot. I haven't actually compared it, but and you both build usually straight DPS. Well, that's not true. I'm just, you know, Anivia's a little tankier. He does a little more damage early on, but like, you know, you build a lot of AP is what I'm saying. So if you both get Infernal Dragon's really good on either of you all is what I'm saying, but especially his ult. His ult at full build does like, I don't know, 1500 damage or something like that. Like, plus an Infernal Dragon taking that up. It's really bad. And we had a shitty fight bot. Like, I'm sort of distracted just because we're losing so hard. Talking about, you know, the characters is probably better commentating than, hey, here we do something stupid and lose again. But I went bot to like help them, and like they were dying, and I should have just stayed mid, and because I didn't, Ziggs took that tower down to half health by himself really fast. Okay, so I, you know, rotate over and get a Q on the Jhin in the middle of everyone, ult him, E him. Okay, I can burst the Jhin. I can't burst the Ziggs. Let's see what Ziggs has. 1600 health, 42 magic resist. And he has 1300 health and 30 magic resist. Okay, see, he has quite a bit less magic resist. That's why it's a lot easier for me to kill the Jhin. So, see, Zyra has 30, he has 80, he has 83. So yeah, Zyra, Jhin are probably who I should be focusing on killing this game. See, I still don't have my Sork boots. Like 25 minutes in, no magic penetration yet. If I did, then he'd only have like 15 magic resist, which is like nothing. But like, I'm just so behind this game, I just can't get anything done. And I mean, and it's my own fault too. Like, I'm playing shitty, you know, it's not the jungler's fault for not ganking me enough, or, you know, Renekton was way ahead. It wasn't his fault for not doing more stuff around the map, because he did do some stuff around the map and got me a kill on Ziggs, but it's just that, you know, Kled just stayed top and was split pushing. It was better for him. Oof. It's like they've got too much burst, too much poke. Like, we can't do anything against it. And here, I think I burst the Jhin again, yeah. But I still die for it in return. I think while I was playing this, I was even like, well, I can kill the AD carry real quick. Like, you know, why is this so hard? And it's like because I can't kill anyone else and everyone else is fed and still does a shit ton of damage. That's why. So let's fast forward this a little bit. I'll try to commentate any more fights that happen. Obviously our mid and hip is open. And if you're Anivia, if you get, well, I didn't buy Sork boots, I bought Lucidity boots, and I've been debating this sometimes, like what boots are better to buy when you're behind. Because in some champions like Soraka, you don't buy those when you're behind, because you want to stay alive longer. So you buy like Merc Treads or Ninja Tabby or something. But here's the thing, because you don't build much cooldown in your other items on Anivia. Like, your spells take a long time to come off cooldown. So, let's say if you need to reposition your ult, it takes a long time for it to come up. You know, if you need stuns up, forever to come up. I think it's like a 10-second cooldown on your stun at your earlier levels. Later levels, 6.58 seconds. And your ultimate's on a 4.93. So I've got a tiny bit of cooldown reduction somewhere. Oh, on my Lucidity boots. But yes, just over. So it depends on the game. Sometimes I still buy Sork boots because I want to clear these waves as fast as possible. But if they're going to be diving on us a lot, even through the towers, like if I need to reposition my ult and I need to wall more and Q more, sometimes I will buy Lucidity boots instead to have more cooldown reduction. Like back in the day, I used to just go straight AP blues, I think, but now I use like 3 or 6 cooldown reduction per level runes and 3 magic resist per level runes, so I will always have some cooldown reduction no matter how no matter what items I buy. And here I think I've pretty much just given up and positioned badly and was just like, just let it end. Like, yeah, sometimes it happens, but so yeah, here's a loss. Pretty bad loss. In no small part due to me not doing very well against the Ziggs. So, you know, we all have bad games. Don't let it, yeah, victory my ass. You know, don't let it get you down too much. You gotta get back on the wagon and try again. But, like I said, these are in the last couple weeks, so we'll be getting to more recent games. Hopefully I'll talk about the, next time I'll talk about the items that I usually buy now instead of Zerat. So, okay, well, I'll see you guys later.